Hello, good morning, everyone. Good evening in the Philippines. Once again, this is your Kuya Mickey and Kuya Mikmik. And today it's Friday morning here in Ontario, Canada. Exactly 10 in the morning. And I'm sure it's going to be evening time in the Philippines and all over the world for all the Filipinos who are watching. Once again, this is your Kuya Nicky and Kuya Mikmik. And today with our morning with the Kuyas. Today we have a very special guest again, one of our favorite school in Alberta, and they're going to be presenting about the schools and what are they can offer to our Filipino countrymen as well. And without further ado, let me present to you Red Deer Polytechnic, and we have two ladies who are going to be sharing their school today. Shelby is the director of international department, and we also have Elise. She is the International Student Navigator for Red Deer Polytechnic. Hello, guys. How are you?
Good morning. We are well. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. How's everything? How's the weather in Red Deer?
It's good. It's a little bit rainy today, but it has been over the past few weeks very hot, so it's a nice break.
And how is Elise already online?
Yes, I am here. Hi.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Elise. We also just want to share Elise is also a Filipina.
Yes, hi, Paul.
She understands Tagalog. And hopefully Shelby can learn more Tagalog but you know what? When we went to Red Deer, Shelby shared that she went more places than Elise in the Philippines.
Yes.
So I don't know if Shelby's more Filipino than Elise.
Yeah, she's been to places like Iloilo, Cebu, and I've never been to those places. So I was telling her how jealous I was.
Yeah. Also, here with us is Kuya Mikmik. He is our residence license immigration consultant for Sun-Cor and the Study Permit Canada DIY PH Facebook group. And without further ado, please, the floor is yours. Shelby, you can share your screen. We're going to be putting ourselves on mute for the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Again, we're really excited to be here and give a presentation to all of the prospective students in the Philippines. Oh, is my sound coming through okay?
It's fine.
Okay, I'm just going to bring up the presentation. All right. Elise, do you want to give me a thumbs up if you can see that? Awesome. Okay, so again, we are so excited to be here with Nick and Michael, some of our fantastic agents. We had a really awesome opportunity to have them come to Red Deer recently. And so they were able to see our campus in person. We had a great afternoon together. We spent time, myself and Elise and their families. We went out for lunch. We talked a lot about life and a little bit about business as well. And so we were really excited for this opportunity to connect not only with them, but with their prospective students that they're working with. And so today, Elise and I are going to be sharing more with you about our school, about the city where we're located, and we're also going to be highlighting a couple of the programs that we think would be potentially of interest to some students that are going to be joining us here today. So throughout the presentation, Elise and I will be sharing the role of presenter, and so you'll hear both of us speak throughout, and we're looking forward to hearing some questions towards the end of the presentation from those who are joining us on the live screen. So we already had some quick introductions from Nick, but just to share one more time, my name is Shelby. I am the Director of International Education, and I'll pass it over to Elise.
Yes, and my name is Elise Peralta. I'm the International Student Navigator. So basically in my role, I serve as an advisor and advocate for our international student. And as Sun-Cor, the Sun-Cor team had mentioned, I am Filipino and I do speak Filipino as well. So, mabuhay po, and excited na po kami to do this presentation. So if you have any questions, please feel free to message me anytime. I'm always happy to help our, prospective students as well.
Great, thank you, Elise. And as Nick mentioned, I don't speak Tagalog yet, but maybe by the next presentation, I will have learned a phrase or two from Nick and Michael and Elise to be able to bring greetings in Tagalog, maybe for the next presentation. Okay, moving on. Okay, so really quickly before we launch into the presentation, I wanted to just spend a few moments talking about something really exciting that's happening at our institution. So for the past approximately 56 years, our institution has been known as Red Deer College. And just recently, we have received the really exciting news that we will be transitioning to a new name, which is Red Deer Polytechnic. And what this will mean for our international students and all of our students is we're still going to be offering the same programming and the same types of programs that we had in the past, with the addition of now being able to offer our own 4-year bachelor's degrees. So we're still going to be the same institution. We're still a publicly funded Canadian DLI that offers postgraduate work permit eligible programs. However, this name change is going to be coming into full effect towards the end of September. So Elise and I are still getting used to the new name. So as we go through the presentation, you may hear us, say Red Deer College, and you may hear us say Red Deer Polytechnic. We're just in the middle of the transition. And as of September, you will see our new website will be coming live with the new branding, and everything will be coming out officially as Red Deer Polytechnic. So I just wanted to explain that briefly as we launch into the presentation. So to start off with, we're going to share some information with the prospective students here on the line to give you a better sense of what it's like to study at Red Deer Polytechnic. So first off, a few basic facts about our institution. As of right now, we have approximately 7,500 full-time and part-time students. And I'm going to pass it over to Elise to share some other information about our international student population within that.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Shelby. Yeah, just like what Shelby mentioned, we would like to give an overview as to what it's like studying at Red Deer Polytechnic. So yes, the 7,500 includes both full-time and part-time students. And we actually do have a bit around 200 to 250 international students. We would say our top country actually is the Philippines. So, if you apply to Red Deer College, become a student here, you'll definitely feel at home. Our Filipinos population, whether they're domestic or international, it's quite tight knit, and they're always happy to welcome their fellow Filipinos as well. Another thing we would like to highlight would be that 92% of our graduates find employment within 6 months of graduation. So your classroom experience here at Red Deer Polytechnic will really help you with your career and help you gain skills that will help you work towards your career goals as well.
One last thing I'll mention on this slide is when Nick and Michael came to visit us on campus, they were very interested to know that we have a basketball team. We have both a ladies and a men's varsity athletics basketball team, and students, especially Filipino students, love to watch the basketball games and enjoy watching the different sports. You can see that we have about 15 teams, 7 sports, and that adds a little bit to our campus experience as well.
Now we'll talk more about what other reasons, why international students love our institution. There are multiple reasons really, and some of them would just be the small class sizes. You'll have the opportunity to get close with your faculty, your instructors, and your classmates. We also have multiple student supports available to, support and help you throughout your RDP or Red Deer Polytechnic journey. We also focus on hands-on learning, focus on employability of graduates, which is shown by that 92% statistics. We also want to highlight that cost is competitive, both tuition fee and living cost wise. And what I mean by that is that Red Deer, which is the city we're located in, is definitely more affordable than other Canadian cities such as Vancouver or Toronto. And then we also offer modern and high quality facilities. So like Shelby mentioned, we have a basketball team, but we really take pride as well in our Gary Harris Wellness Center, which is a great gymnasium. You could play basketball there, go to the gym, those sort of things. In our division, which is the RDP International, again, we are going through that transition. We do offer a number of supports ourselves, and this includes specialized support and navigation and advocacy for international student. Like I mentioned, in my role, I do advocate for our international students, and then we will also be offering immigration advice to international students soon to help them with their co-op work permit, post-graduation work permit, and this is coming soon in October 2021. We also offer a number of workshops, plan a number of workshops, events, and program delivery specifically for international students. So for example, this includes post-graduation work permit workshops where we highlight where we talk about what students should be aware of in terms of how to be eligible, as well as the requirements for the post-graduation work permit program. We also have study permit workshops where we talk about the conditions to ensure that students understand, what requirements and what conditions they need to follow throughout their journey. Another support that we engage in would be the social engagement and international student life. We want to advocate and promote, a healthy and well-balanced student life, and we're here for our international students. We also offer meetings in person as well as virtually. We try to be flexible for prospective as well as current students. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us or set up a call with us. We're always happy to help. We also create international specific resources and communications just to help students out. And starting this fall, actually, it's already open, but we have this place called The Gathering Place on campus, where international students can basically hang out, meet other international students. It's a space for them specifically on campus. And we're very excited to start welcoming them soon this fall when in-person classes resume. Other RDP or Red Deer Polytechnic supports available to all students, whether they're international or domestics, include academic support. So this includes learning skills and strategies, peer tutoring, math and learning centers, as well as ESL tutoring. We also offer counseling and mental health. So, a lot of our Filipino students, maybe like our international students, maybe they feel homesick and they want to talk to someone. So our counselors are there to support them as well. It is confidential and free of charge. They also offer information and resources that could also help them, solve the most common issues college students may experience. We also have an accessibility service where students with documented disabilities and learning, which affecting mobility, learning, and physical or mental health, can register to access like resources and accommodations needed to achieve needed for their success. The Student Connect Center really helps with awards and scholarships, giving financial advice, funding, support, and financial wellness really. Our career services is also there to help students plan their career goals. They could receive support for resume and cover letter development, graduate school application, and preparing for job interviews as well, which is great. So they could definitely take advantage of this as a student and maybe as a graduate. And then our Students Association also puts up events for students, whether this is social events or informative sessions. They also advocate for our students, provide extended health and dental plan. They also have My Wellness online resources and food banks.
Thanks, Elise. I just wanted to add a few more thoughts about career services. We know that our international students often would like to work part-time while they're studying, assuming that their study permit allows for that in the conditions. So we just wanted to reiterate that most of our students are able to choose their own schedule with their classes in order to allow time during the week for them to work. And there are lots of small businesses and areas where international students are often able to find employment. And in addition to that, those services that are offered by the General Career Services team at Red Deer Polytechnic, Elise and I offer international specific workshops, So international students can get their SIN number, which is required to work in Canada, and also can have a better understanding of what a resume should look like when you're looking for a job in Alberta. And we provide some other links to some helpful resources that way. And the last thing I wanted to mention about career services is RDP also has a job board specifically for students. So employers in the community who are interested in hiring new students will post positions there, and that's a great resource for international students too.
And actually, sorry, you reminded me of something as well. In terms of like part-time jobs, there are a number of part-time jobs available on campus, depending on the time of year as well. For example, the Students Association puts up multiple or a few jobs as well for students, specifically for students, actually. And we also have a number of private businesses on campus where students can work maybe in between their classes. So there is that flexibility and opportunity for you to find part-time work either off campus and on campus, permitted, like permitting that, you know, your study permit permits you to do that.
Perfect. Thanks, Elise. Okay. So we also wanted to share really quickly one of our photos of one of the residences that we have on campus. And Nick and Michael are going to share some links with those who are joining us on the live stream, maybe in the form of a comment. And we would encourage you to have a look at the virtual tour of our residence buildings. The photo that you see on this slide is a photo of our brand new residence building. It's absolutely beautiful. Elise and I love it. And it has spaces for students to live in studio style apartments. And living on campus is extremely affordable. It also gives students the opportunity to save on the cost of transportation because they're going to be able to walk to their classes most days, which is phenomenal. And in terms of the cost, depending on what type of unit you would like to live in, you would be spending approximately $550 to $800 per month. And there's multiple different types of units available. So there's bachelor units, which is for people who would just like to live on their own, single studio units, 2-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and also family units. So we understand that some of our international students are actually coming to Canada not alone, but with their spouse, maybe with their children. And so it's really important for RDP to accommodate those learners. So we do have family units, and you can apply to have your whole family live on campus with you in what we would call a townhouse style unit, a very affordable option for our learners as well. So again, we would encourage you to review the links that we'll share to have a look at the different types of residence units available and check out the virtual tour. Okay, so we thought since a lot of the individuals joining us are going to be on the other side of the world in the Philippines, we would talk a little bit about our location for those who maybe haven't had a chance to travel to Canada or travel to Alberta. So Red Deer is a town or a city located centrally in the province of Alberta. So you may have heard of the city of Edmonton or the city of Calgary in Alberta, and Red Deer is located right in the middle of those two cities. So we're approximately 130 kilometers between both of those larger cities. And one thing to note is for our individuals that would be coming from Manila, the flight from Manila to Calgary actually isn't too bad. I have done it myself. So essentially what you do is you fly from Manila to Vancouver and then from Vancouver to Calgary. So it's actually a pretty simple and well-traveled flight path for our Filipino students looking to come over. And I think our colleague here on the line, our friend Michael, is a new resident of Alberta. So we're really happy to have him here living in the same province as where Deer Polytechnic is located. Okay, so a few basic facts about the city of Red Deer. We have a population of about 100,000 people, and we love to do things outside. So we love outdoor activities. Right within the city, we have a huge amount of walking trails and also, you know, campsites and parks and different things where students can really enjoy the outdoors. During the winter, we have skating rinks that are set up. And in the summer, we have something called Bower Ponds that we love to visit and to enjoy the great outdoors. For those that are interested in seeing the mountains and traveling a little bit further, within about 2.5 hour drive, you can be right in the mountains if you want to try out winter sports like skiing or snowboarding. And in terms of the diversity in the city, Elise mentioned this earlier in the presentation, but we have a very strong and close-knit Filipino community in Red Deer. I believe it's actually the largest group of immigrants that's coming to Red Deer from the Philippines. So you see that embedded throughout our community, in the stores, the restaurants that we have available. So we hope that our Filipino students often find a little taste of home when they're here in our city, and it helps with that feeling of homesickness. And so we wanted to share with you a brief video that shows our city a little bit. And so you can see a little bit what it is like. And so I'll just put myself on mute and play this video. Great. So we hope that gives you a little bit of a sense of what it's like to live in Red Deer. Elise and I are very proud to live here. We love the city, and a lot of our international students come to love Red Deer as well, and a lot of them decide to stay here even after they're done their program. So next, we're going to talk a little bit about our programs. So now we've talked a bit about what it's like to be an international student here, what it's like to live in the city. And so now we wanted to, of course, share a bit of information about the programs that we have available. And so we have a wide range of different types of programs that international students are able to enroll in. So we have one-year certificates. And just as a reminder, Elise and Michael would remind us that these programs make students eligible for a one-year postgraduate work permit. We also have many two-year diplomas, which will make graduates eligible for a 3-year postgraduate work permit. We also have 4-year bachelor's degrees. We also have something called university collaborative programs and university transfer programs. University collaborative programs means that for the second half of the program, you're technically a student of a different university, but you're able to complete your full program here on campus. An example of that would be, we have a collaboration with a university in Calgary that allows you to complete a 4-year bachelor's degree fully here on our campus, even though you're going to be graduating with a Mount Royal University credential. University transfer program is when you study for a while at Red Deer Polytechnic to get the first part of your bachelor's degree complete, and then you would transfer to one of the larger institutions in the province to continue your studies. And so just to know really quickly, as I mentioned, we are a publicly funded Canadian post-secondary institution, and we have many programs that do make graduates eligible for the postgraduate work permit program, assuming that they meet all other eligibility criteria. So that is something we always like to stress. And so Elise is going to share a link with Michael and Nick to hopefully share with all of the participants. I wanted to just share with you really quickly where you can find a complete listing of the programs that we have available. So I'm showing just a screenshot on the slide here of what the website looks like. So if you visit rdc.ab.ca/international, you're going to come to our homepage for the international team here at Red Deer Polytechnic. You can see there's a great video of two of our fantastic international students, Elle and Justin. It tells a little bit about their story of coming to study at Red Deer College or Red Deer Polytechnic. And so you can have a look at that video, but also you want to look for the button that says what you can study at RDC. And if you click on that button, you'll see a complete listing of programs. It'll share basic information about the length of the program and some other basics so you can understand all of the programs. And for the purpose of the presentation today, we're just going to be highlighting a couple of programs that we think will be most of interest to those on the call, but there's lots of other options that you can explore as well. So to start off with, we have a fantastic business administration diploma. This is a 2-year program, and graduates who meet all of the requirements are going to be able to apply for a 3-year postgraduate work permit upon completing this program. One thing that's really fantastic about our business program is in the second year, you actually get to select a major. So the first year you're learning about general business, but in the second year, you get to choose if you're interested in marketing, finance, accounting, or just general management. So it's a really great way to be able to specialize a little bit, even in a short-term program. In terms of the delivery method, it's typically all in person. There was some online due to COVID, but moving forward, we're anticipating that everything is going to be in person. So you would need to come and be with us in Red Deer in order to take the program. There is a practicum included in this course, which is fantastic. So what a practicum is, where the Polytechnic institution will set you up as a student with an employer in the community. So when you're graduating, you're actually going to already have a little bit of Canadian work experience. So the combination of having your Red Deer Polytechnic credential, you've already had an opportunity to get a little bit of relevant work experience through the practicum, plus hopefully you're successful in gaining your postgraduate work permit. It's going to make finding employment after you're done your program all the easier. In terms of the cost that we have here on the slide is for the full 2-year program. It's around $32,000. Just to keep in mind that cost, you don't have to pay it all at once. You're able to pay term by term. So essentially there's 4 major terms in the business program, and you would only have to pay the tuition for 1 term at a time. Next, we're going to talk about the early learning and childcare program. So this diploma program is also 2 years. It's extremely popular with our international students, especially for those who are interested in working with young children. Graduates of the early learning and childcare diploma program are able to have a wide range of employment possibilities for themselves after they're done their program, including working in a daycare. You can even be qualified to run your own daycare and childcare facilities after completing this program. Again, this is going to qualify graduates for a 3-year postgraduate work permit. It is delivered in person, and this is another instance where we're making sure that our students have some Canadian work experience and they're actually completing a practicum while they're in the program, which is a huge value add. A couple of notes about the practicum is that we set it up for you. So you don't have to worry about the extra added stress of finding an employer. We make sure that every single student has a practicum placement. So that is a very popular program for some of our international learners. We are very excited to tell you a little bit more about our legal assistant diploma. Anyone who's interested in the legal assistant diploma is now able to start that program in January of 2022. So we wanted to focus on that. We have an upcoming information session. We hope that anyone who is here joining us on the live stream today and is interested in this program joins us for our information session that's taking place next week. So we're going to talk more about the program. You'll have an opportunity to meet the dean of the school that's offering the program and also faculty members who will actually be teaching you if you come and study at Red Deer Polytechnic. The legal assistant program is phenomenal. It really trains you to go into a wide range of administrative focused roles, especially if you're interested in working in a lawyer's office, or perhaps you're interested in working in the provincial courts. This is also online. There's a practicum as well for this. And the cost for the full 2 years is approximately $33,000. So we're hoping that Nick and Michael will be able to help us promote this event, and we'll have some of our prospective students from Sun-Cor Unlimited be joining us at that information session next week. And then lastly, we know, especially for our students in the Philippines, a lot of them have aspirations of working in the healthcare field. We have a phenomenal practical nursing diploma. This is a 2-year program, and it's going to prepare individuals to take the examinations to become a licensed practical nurse in the province of Alberta. And it will also qualify graduates to apply for that 3-year postgraduate work permit. There's a really exciting opportunity with our PN program currently. Typically, this program is extremely competitive and it fills up immediately. And so in the past, it's been challenging for international learners to enter into this program. Red Deer Polytechnic is very committed to creating more space for international learners. So we have a great opportunity for students interested in this program to start in January of 2022. Elise is going to be talking about the application deadlines in a little while. We also had Nick and Michael, as well as some other prospective students, join us for a information session about the practical nursing program just last week, I believe it was. And so if you're interested in this program, they have a recording of that session that I'm sure that they would be happy to share with you. And we hope that there is some interest in this fantastic opportunity to begin in the PN program as of January.
Yeah, so in terms of like our intakes and application deadlines for our programs, we do encourage international applicants to apply as early as possible as seats fill up quickly. And you should also take processing times into consideration when applying. So we say that as soon as applications are open and as soon as you have all the documents, just submit your application. In terms of winter 2022, we are already currently accepting applications for it. The start date for that term is January 2022, and application deadline is on October 15, 2021. Whereas for fall 2022, applications actually open on October 1st, 2021. So that is coming up pretty soon. We would encourage you to start preparing your submission, start preparing your documents, just so that you are ready to apply as soon as that application opens. Fall 2022 starts on September of next year. So that gives you a few months to get everything ready as well. And application deadline is on June 15. However, again, please just apply as early as possible, especially if you are trying to apply to a more competitive program or more popular program as well. We'll go over kind of how to apply, and I'm sure Nick and Michael will help you in your application process. But just to give an overview as to what our application and international admission requirements are, the first step would be to apply online. So what you would need to do is just go to that international website and then international admissions as well. If you look for our international online application, there should also be a button in that one page that we had shared in the comment section. The next step would be to email supporting documents to international.admissions@rdc.ab.ca. So once you have submitted your online application, you will have to email your scanned transcript from high school and post-secondary if you have that, proof of English language proficiency requirement, and then you also need to upload your agent consent form if applicable. Step 3 would just be to log into the Loop, which is our student portal, to monitor the admission decision. So they will update that regularly. If they need any additional supporting documentation from you, it will be in the comment or requirements section. So we do encourage applicants to regularly monitor their Loop account. And when an admission decision is made, an email notification will also be sent to your email to the email on file.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to just mention is for those that are on the call, we strongly recommend that, you know, there are a lot of benefits to working with one of our RDP authorized agents, like the team at Sun-Cor Unlimited, Nick and Michael, because they're going to help you with this process every step of the way. So that is, we strongly encourage you to take advantage of that support. And Nick and Michael they're experts at our process, so they know exactly how to do it. So there's no worries at all. We just wanted to give you a little bit of quick overview of what that process looks like. So lastly, we wanted to just encourage everybody to follow us on social media. So we have both a Facebook and an Instagram page. Perhaps Michael and Nick, if they're willing to share that information, the tags would be fantastic. We post all kinds of different content on our social media page, everything from, you know, giving an insight to what it's like to be an RDP international student. Also, we share events that are coming up for both current and prospective students. And you can kind of just get a sense of what it's like to be on campus with us. So we really encourage you to follow along. And lastly, that brings us to the end of our formal presentation. So Elise and I, again, just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I'll let Elise say a few things as well for the time that you've given us and for hearing more about our institution. And thank you again to Mike and Nick for having us here as their special guests. And so I'm going to stop my screen share. I'll let Elise say a few things and then we'll pass it back over to our host.
Yeah, thank you again for having us join you at this session. I also just want to remind you that, again, like I do speak Filipino, so if any of our Filipino applicants have any questions and they'd rather speak Tagalog as well, I'd be more than happy to help as well and answer any phone calls or emails. I will put in the chat box for Nick and Michael to put it in the in the Facebook comment section, our email address. So again, at any time, please feel free to send us an email. We would be happy to answer them there.
Yeah, once again, thank you very much, Elise and Shelby, for that very informative session that you shared with Red Deer Polytechnic. Without any bias, Red Deer is one of my favorite school. Like last month we went there, Michael and I went there, and like I said, we fell in love with the place. And it's so homey. It's not a busy area. It's just along the highway. You know, you can just exit from the highway and the school is there. You know, and yeah, I wanted to go. You know, really go back there. Probably do another visit again with the students. Hopefully. And we do have some questions. By the way, I already shared all the links to all our viewers. Please do, it's on the comment section for all the links that Shelby mentioned. It's on the comment section. You can visit just the comment section and you can see there all the links that Shelby was talking about. And yeah, we do have some questions here.
I think most of the questions are pouring in on our personal messengers. So
yeah, I have a question here. Is there an English requirement for Filipinos?
Yeah, I can answer that question, Nick. So we understand that most of our Filipino students have completed the majority of their secondary schooling in English. So typically what we're asking for the applicants is that they just provide us proof that they have completed at least 2 years of secondary schooling in English. So typically we're looking for what we call a medium of instruction letter confirming, and Nick and Michael will know about this, confirming that their program or their secondary school has been taught in English. And for the vast majority of our programs, that is what is required. One caveat is for our health programs, for the practical nursing program specifically, you are required to complete an IELTS test or a TOEFL test. but that's only for the health programs, and it's because they're extremely competitive. So that's one extra requirement. But for our other programs, for example, the legal assistant, the business, early learning and childcare, that's not required. You can just present us with the medium of instruction letter. Does that answer the question, Nick?
Yeah,
Yes, perfect.
that's on target. Like, it's only more on the practical nursing that you basically need an IELTS or TOEFL exam, just to pinpoint that one.
Yeah, and I did share the English language proficiency link as well. So if you do carefully review the contents on that webpage, it specifically says which program, like what requirements are per program, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, if you guys are interested, we're gonna share the link, or you can just message me, message Kuya Mikmik, and we're happy gonna be helping you out with Red Deer Polytechnic. And just to follow up with this, Elise, is there an application fee if they want to apply in Red Deer College? Or
Yeah, so I could answer that. There is an application fee. It is $150, and it is non-refundable.
One thing I'll note about the application fee is at Red Deer Polytechnic, we allow students to select with just one application fee their first and second choice programs. So for example, if there was a student and maybe they're interested in business, but also interested in maybe the legal assistant program, they can actually select that their first choice is business and their second choice is legal assistant. And they can do that under one application fee. And the other thing is that we allow deferrals of the application, towards for one whole year. So if you have to defer your admission, you don't have to apply again as long as it is within 1 year.
okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I do have some questions bringing now. Other questions they have is they're more on practical nursing. We already answered that one.
There's one question, Kuya Nikki. This is coming from Junaline Bariawel. How fast can RDP or RDC could provide the letter of acceptance or letter of offer?
Sure, that's a great question. So typically, especially when we're having the expertise of Nick and Michael, making sure that they're submitting a complete application, we would anticipate having a letter of acceptance for qualified international students within approximately 7 to 10 business days of them applying. Sometimes it's even faster, but sometimes it's around 7 to 10 days, depending on how busy the international admissions team is at the time.
Perfect.
And the most important piece, sorry, I would just like to add was that, like what Shelby said, that Sun-Cor will be able to help you send us a complete application. If there's something missing, then there might be delays. So it's really important for you to submit everything that we need, basically.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of working with Nick and Michael, who have expertise on our process, because they will be able to make sure that everything is complete and get that letter of acceptance way faster.
Exactly.
Alternatively, I could just come there, knock on the door, and just make sure it's happening as I'm there. So,
Michael, we're excited to have you as a permanent structure on our campus, and Starbucks is opening soon, so you can come down.
Oh, perfect. So I'll just be hanging around there with the Sun-Cor backdrop behind me. Thank you.
Sure I remember they have enough room for our company over there.
Yeah.
I think there's a space. Yeah, there's a space beside Elise's perfect. We have another question. This is a common question mostly asked during our sessions. This is coming from Miss Emma Concepcion Oinal. Is there an age limit for students applying for Red Deer College?
No, there's not. We think that our students, whether they're coming to us at 18 or much older, 60s, it's no problem. We don't have an age limit. The most important thing is that they meet the admission requirements. So, we don't discriminate based on age or in fact, where the student, which country they're coming from. If they meet the English language proficiency and the admission requirements, they will be offered a spot in their program of choice.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that one.
And Shelby, just a follow-up question for that one. We know that the Philippines has an old curriculum and not a K-12 curriculum. their question is if they're just a graduate of the old curriculum, just the 4 years high school, can they apply at RTP?
Yes, they can, Nick. So the admission process looks a little bit different with those who have graduated under the former curriculum. The equivalencies might be a little bit different, but they're absolutely still able to apply. What we might do is in those instances, Nick and Michael, we might just put a flag when the documents are being emailed in. And if individuals who are graduating from that old system, perhaps if they're missing some of the requirements that they need in order to get into their program of choice, we can have a discussion about what academic upgrading courses they can take here at Red Deer Polytechnic in order to kind of fill the gaps that they might have if there were a graduate of the former curriculum in the Philippines, but they're definitely still welcome to apply. And we actually have applicants like that coming through, not all the time, but relatively often. So our international admissions team is familiar with the former curriculum as well as the new model that the Philippines has moved to.
Perfect.
Uh,
Sorry, there's so many questions. We're just.
That's good. I hope that's a good thing that people are interested. So.
Oh, of course, of course. It was quite a workout to actually do the campus tour when we were there.
Yes.
That's
You
why.
know, we always tell people if you're coming for a campus tour, bring shoes that are comfortable to walk in, because when Nick and Michael were here with us, we didn't even get to see the whole campus because it would have taken us 3 hours. So we actually just seen a small portion of it. So next time we'll have to do the Gary Harris and the new residence buildings as well.
Oh yes, definitely. So somebody is asking, I'm assuming this is regarding their possible professional portfolio when they apply for a program. Is it hard for somebody self-employed to get accepted to any of the programs?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's not really taken into consideration typically the employment records of our students. Really what our international admissions team is going to be looking at is, did they take the required courses when they were in secondary school or what we would call high school, and do they meet the English language proficiency requirements? We recognize that people who are self-employed have amazing skills that they can bring into the program, and we value those skills equally as someone who had a more traditional job. So we actually see lots of individuals who have been self-employed coming into our business diploma program, because that is a great way for them to kind of, as a business owner, to formalize some of the skills that they have been learning as a self-employed individual in their home country. So long story short, Michael, no, that wouldn't negatively impact their chances of gaining admission into RDP at all.
Oh, perfect. I was also a businessman myself when I came into Canada, so it was an interesting experience being a student again. That is a question from Yam Reynes. We have a follow-up question from Miss Junalyn. So Miss Junalyn is thinking ahead. He or she is targeting a January 2023 intake, and she wants to know, when would you start accepting applications for programs for the January 2023?
Sure, I'll have to, maybe Elise can help me out with that math. I believe, would it be April of 22?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
the first day to apply, I'm just looking at the academic schedule as well. The first day to apply for winter term 2023, which is January 2023, would be April 1, 2022.
Yep.
So it's coming up.
It's coming up. And I would just take a moment to, I think it's fantastic that this prospective students is thinking far ahead. It might be something to consider to plan to come in the fall term, which would be starting in September, opposed to waiting until January to come, if that's possible for this individual. Sometimes our students find it's a little bit easier to get acclimated to Alberta when they come in September. Maybe Michael will be experiencing this soon, but it does get a little bit cold in January. So we recommend to students, if you can, come and join us in September, join us in the fall. And that would be fall of 22. So this student could apply to begin in September of 2022 as early. The applications are going to open in October of this year.
Thank you. So for people coming from the Philippines, here in Canada, it's so the atmosphere, the weather, the climate, it's very different. Make sure you are mentally prepared. I guess most of us, when we when we came here, the first thing we want to see was snow, because that would never happen in our country. So that's the first thing we would want to see. And in the beginning, it was really exciting to see snow, but then as the day progresses and it became a normal fixture of your life, you sometimes get you slip, you get hurt, sometimes you get sick, and so but it's still always amazing to see it. So just get yourself and your body ready for it. Always be
Yeah,
healthy.
and be ready to go shopping for your winter jacket when you get to
Oh
Canada.
yes,
And I remember Michael and Nick saying that it's always a better idea to buy your winter jacket in Canada,
yes,
because we have a much different standard for winter clothing than what you'd be able to get in the Philippines.
yes. We some of us made the mistake of actually shopping in the Philippines for winter clothes, only to find out that what we got was actually just for fall. So, and then we were just shocked, like, okay, so we spent this much, now we have to buy again. So it's best to actually just once you get here, you just purchase it here.
Yeah.
All
By the
right.
way, bro, while we look for questions, since Shelby and Elise are here, I'm gonna share something while we discuss so that everyone can see what's going on. So Shelby and Elise with Sun-Cor, you can see that's our picture from the friendship nook that we had. We took a picture, and if you can see that.
Yep.
Yeah. So in partnership with Red Deer College or Red Deer Polytechnic, Sun-Cor can help you out with the IELTS review wave. We have a free LOA assistance. You don't need to pay anything for the LOA. We'll assist you. And aside from that, we will be reimbursing the 150 Canadian dollars application fee if you get your LOA with Sun-Cor. And our anniversary bonus promotion period, you will get a $350 extra from Sun-Cor once your visa is approved. So this period we're going to be doing a 1 week promotion, and this is for January 2022 and May 2022 intakes. So isn't this great, Shelby?
It's amazing. And I have to say that Michael and Nick are some of our only agents who have promotions like this for prospective students. And so everyone who has had the pleasure of connecting with the Kuyas, like they're so lucky. And I love that picture, Michael. You'll have to text that, Michael and Nick, text that to us, because that was such a fun day. And we see the commitment that the Nick and Michael Kuyas have to their students, because they made that effort to fly all the way from Ontario to Alberta to come and see the campus and to meet us and make sure that we were what we said we were. And I think that we have developed a great friendship with them, and the promotion that Sun-Cor puts together for their prospective students are absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. We're really looking forward to have our own office at RGP or Michael. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's a lot of Filipino in Alberta. And as Elise and Shelby said, that there's also a Filipino community in Red Deer. And we did reach out with some. And, our Red Deer is a growing city. And it's evolving. And it's, like I said, it's located in the middle of between Calgary and Edmonton. So you won't miss a Red Deer once you want to go from Calgary to Edmonton to Calgary. You really we'll pass Red Deer Polytechnic School. You can see them from the highway. Sorry.
Yep.
What else? Yeah, like I said, we're happy to help our kababayan or our countrymen to transition their application to RDP, and we will love to help them out with some financial needs that they also they can help them out, like that simple as application fee or the $350 that we want to share from Sun-Cor. Okay, let me just if you need more details, please contact me or message Sun-Cor's FB page, or you can email us as well.
Nick,
Okay.
if it's okay, I just really quickly will mention that within the promotion period that Sun-Cor has listed, August 20th to 27th, we would invite everyone who's on the call to join us to learn more about the legal assistant program. This is something that's a very unique program to us. It's absolutely fantastic. And if you attend our session on the 24th, you'll be able to learn about that program and still take advantage of the promotion that Sun-Cor has put together to the 27th. So Nick and Michael, I'm going to email you guys a poster today that promotes the session. I will just invite you to
Yep,
share that
sure.
however you see fit.
For sure, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, most of the questions we have on my stream is regarding you mentioned on your presentation is the small classroom size. Like, can you define how small is the classroom, like the class size?
Yeah, sure. So typically in the majority of our classes, the students would be there with no more than about 35 other students. So sometimes you hear about international students going to larger universities where they're in classes of 100, 150, 200 learners. And that is a very intimidating environment. And it's more difficult to connect with your instructors. It's more difficult to connect with your fellow classmates. So at Red Deer Polytechnic, we think that that's an asset that we have, smaller classes. And when some of our students are going into the labs, it's even smaller. You maybe are there with 12 students or 15 students. So you really get that one-on-one attention. And to us, the students are more than just a number. So Elise is really good at remembering names. Like Elise, even, when Nick and Michael were here, they were talking about a few students and Elise knew them by their first name. And so I think that that's kind of, that's a benefit of coming to a little bit of a smaller institution, is that you get a little bit more one-on-one attention with us and also with your faculty members.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shelby. And what's the typical class schedules? Like, is it every day or?
Yeah, that's a great question. So typically our students are able to select their own schedule for most of our programs. So, normally our classes are offered between Monday to Friday, between approximately 3:30 to about 5:30. So with a few exceptions, but typically students would be able to schedule how they wanted to. They would definitely usually have the weekends off. Typically the evenings would be off as well. And then depending on the program, they may even be able to have more classes one day and have one day during the week free. So it's really flexible for the students to kind of see what their program, what courses they need to register in. And then, there might be multiple sections available so they can choose those that fit best with their schedule.
And sorry, just to correct, sorry, that was like from 8:30 to 5:30, right? Not 3:30. Okay. Yeah,
oh yeah, 5:30. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good to know, because as an international student also before, we need to balance the part-time jobs that we can at the same time. We wanted to do some part-time at the same time, do a lot of stuff as well aside from studying. Because like I said, Alberta is one of the there's a lot of place that you can visit.
Yes, totally.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you got to keep time to have the experience of Alberta to work and to study. And that's typical with our international students. They want to do it all. So we have students who are studying and then they're maybe working in the evenings, and then on the weekends they drive to Banff to go check out the mountains and to see snow, like Michael was talking about, and see that whole experience.
Maybe learn snowboarding, right, or skiing.
Yes. If they learn snowboarding, they'll be more Canadian than me because I can't snowboard.
Yeah, and I don't know how to snowboard. I did try ice skating, but I did twice, but I don't want to do it again.
It's harder than it looks, isn't it?
Yes, it does. But it was a good experience. Yeah, last year, is it 2020? Yeah, we went to Banff. Which month is that, bro? September or October?
I think it was around October.
Yeah,
October,
we were
yeah.
expecting. I know I think that's September, because we were expecting no snow in Banff, but we were just wearing shorts and slippers. I mean,
And then it snowed, so that was quite an experience.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you go to the mountain top, even during summer, you can see snow caps, which is beautiful. And we do say like Banff and Lake Louise, like are you really in Alberta if you don't go every year?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And even when you get to the mountains, even like literally last weekend in Alberta, in an area called Kananaskis, there was snow last weekend in August. So when you get up into the mountains, you get snow pretty much no matter what month it is. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I told Michael that I wanted to go back. When everything is we have free time. Maybe we can go back to Alberta and visit you guys again, or probably we can go someplace.
I think we
Uh,
should plan for Mike and Nick to come to a basketball game with us to watch the Kings or the Queens play
yeah,
basketball.
I don't know if you I do have remember we took some pictures of it that we posted on our web page. The people were like, I don't know if they're happy or just making fun of us. But, we just want to because we took a picture of the king side
And the Queen side.
and the
Queen
queen
side.
side. Yeah. Yeah. But Elise and Shelby, thank you very much for giving us your time. I know it's early morning. It's early Friday morning. Um, this would really help our kababayans to really understand Red Deer College and what you guys are offering and what they are going to be getting as well if they will go with Red Deer College. Like I said, we will help them make their application smooth and more easier for them. With Sun-Cor, we've been doing this for the longest time, so probably 3 years, and we'll be doing this for the next years. And we'll be helping our mission is to help our kababayan to come here into Canada the cheapest way and the most comfortable way that they can. And bro, do you have any more questions for Shelby and
Oh yeah.
Elise?
Are the ladies still okay with some more questions?
Yeah.
I am. Elise, are you good to
Yes, I
say?
am as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are a lot of questions still. Somebody is targeting the May 2022 intake, and they might have missed the portion of the slide where it's showing the deadline. Could we revisit? This is from Miss Erica Diaz. She's interested for the May 2022 intake, and she wants to know when's the deadline for it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think the May 2022 date was there. Was it, Shelby?
No, it wasn't. Do you
Okay.
have it up on your screen?
Yeah.
Elise? Yeah.
For sure. So just 1 second. Sorry. I just want to make sure I have the right dates for May 2022.
Yeah, you can share your screen if you need to.
Oh, it's just I'm in that what you can study at RDC
Okay.
RDP webpage. So applications are open right now, and it's open until January 31st, 2022. So that's the application deadline.
Right. I
January
thought that's what it was, but
1.
I didn't want to be wrong. So for that individual who's hoping to start in the spring, one thing to note is that not all programs are able to start in the spring. So there's a select set of programs like business, early learning and childcare.
Early learning and no.
Oh, I'm not early learning and childcare.
No. So yeah, business or university like transfer programs.
So what I would recommend to that student is have a look at the What You Can Study page, because it'll state whether or not there's a spring intake usually. And then, another thing to, again, consider would be when you start in September, all of the programs that we offer have an intake that's starting. So it just gives the students a little bit more options, but it just depends on what program that they're interested in. And thanks for that clarification, Elise.
Yeah, I'll take that on your plate, guys. I'll take care of that. I'll talk to the student and give them more information about the program's availability. I'm just gonna guide them on how to check on your website as well.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's great.
And we do like update that list fairly often. Every time a certain program is closed or waitlisted, it should also be up. So if you have any questions as well, like please let us know and we'll let you know if the program is still available or not.
Yep. Okay. There are some immigration questions, bro. I think we can answer this after.
I think one question is there an age limit for is 38 years old too old to apply for a study permit and become a permanent resident? So the answer is no. we had clients as old as in their 40s, mid 40s, who are already permanent residents now, and also took the student to PR pathway. So it should not be a problem. Again, it depends on the individual's profile. Each applicant is assessed individually. So, but most of the time, granting everything is met, then there shouldn't be any problem with that one.
Yeah. Okay. Time check. It's exactly 11, so we're on time. 11:03.
I have just one question that most Filipinos are really interested in each school. RDP mentioned something about scholarships in the early part of the presentation. Can we have a little bit more of detail on the scholarships?
Absolutely. So typically what we have is scholarships that are available to students after they have been admitted into a program. So basically how it works is the students are, once they're admitted into the program and have paid their tuition deposit, they're able to submit one application where they kind of give some information about themselves, and then the team in the student funding office, the Student Connect Center, will review the application to see what scholarships they might be eligible for. So we see international students getting various types of scholarships all the time. We just recently were talking to a student the other day who had received a scholarship. So those are, again, only eligible for the students once they've already been admitted into a program. One other thing to Michael, to note, this isn't part of the question, but it might be interesting for the students to know, is that when they're going into the second year of their program, they're able to go on a payment plan for their tuition and fees typically.
Oh, wow.
And so that's just another added bonus that we try to make things just a little bit easier in terms of managing their finances. So again, first year students are required to pay their tuition one term at a time in full. But after that first year, when they're moving into the second year of their program, or maybe the third or the fourth, they can apply to go on a payment plan. And then each term, their tuition would be broken into 4 smaller payments. So it makes it, again, just a little bit more manageable, and something we have done just to help out it's available to domestic and international students.
Oh, wow. Personally, I think this is the first time I've seen a school with a payment plan. And this would definitely help
Yes.
students on a tighter budget, students bringing in their families. This would manage their expenses much, much better. It makes it more achievable, especially. So that's really good.
By the way, Shelby, this question just popped up regarding COVID-19 assistance that RDC are offering. Like, how's the process if the student is going to be going to Canada? Do you guys have partner hotels for quarantine?
Yeah, actually, we have a fantastic program that supports our incoming international learners through all of the COVID regulations. So Elise is, the main contact for this process, but it's really, Nick, we have all options available to students. So for example, if the student is required to quarantine because maybe they aren't vaccinated or they haven't been able to get one of the government approved Canadian vaccines, we work with them through the whole process. So if they're interested to complete their quarantine on campus, we have a very extremely affordable program that they can register in that will include airport pickup, the accommodations here in a private unit in the RDC residence, plus a hamper of food to get them through the first couple of days, as well as they get support from our team throughout. The fee for that for the full 14 days is $500. So we've made it extremely affordable for the individual, more affordable than what they would be able to typically find at a hotel. The other thing that we'll do is we'll provide them with a travel letter. We give them a personal orientation to explain exactly what they can expect when they're going through quarantine. And then we also support those individuals who maybe have auntie or uncle here in Red Deer or some family member, and they wish to quarantine at their house. So we make sure that they understand all of the rules. We'll still give them a travel letter. We still do an orientation with them. And essentially, we just support them through the whole process, regardless of if they're going to make their own arrangements or if they're going to complete their quarantine here on campus. We have options for both. And Elise really is the one who manages that program, so she might have a few extra things to add on that.
Yeah, and for those opting out, we definitely also still review their quarantine plan to ensure that it meets the guidelines provided by the government. And one thing to note as well for those families, so if a student has immediate family members co-arriving with them, they could also stay at our accommodations through the self-isolation support program, and we will actually offer them a family discount or family pricing rather than them having to pay the $500 per head pricing as well.
Yeah, that's very good to hear that you guys support like not only for the student, but you're also extending it to the family as well. Because most of our applicants, most of them are family. They usually came with kids and the spouse, the OW spouse. Yeah. What else? Do you have any questions that you have? I don't have anything no more, but most of them are immigration. And
Some of
most
them have been
not
answered
related.
before already. So far, we have reached over 1,000 people already. That's good. So we have put the good word out there for Red Deer College. It will just continue to grow being reached as some of our viewers actually view it at a different time.
Yep. And also, Elise and Shelby, you can also always visit our Sun-Cor page. This is being live streamed, and you can review the live stream as well over there. And once again, we really appreciate the partnership that you guys shared with Sun-Cor, with Red Deer College or the Red Deer Polytechnic. And I hope this is not the last. This is just the first. And if we can do it regularly, the monthly basis, we'll be open to it.
Yeah, we would love to, and maybe next time Elise and I will be in our space on campus, so students can see that, or maybe Michael will be hanging out with us, and we'll be getting a Starbucks, and we'll be showing the students what the campus activity is like. Going to a basketball game.
Maybe we can do this morning with the Kuyas in your school.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think that'd be great. No, we're really excited, and we're really thankful to Sun-Cor and for the partnership as well. So we hope to make a habit of this. There's another member of our team, Michael and Nick know, but Kelvin will be with us on campus actually as of next week. We'll all be together. So we're all very committed to the partnership and hoping to be able to do this again soon.
Yeah. We're really looking forward for it. That's why Michael is there. This is the first step. And I don't know, Michael might move to Red Deer.
Who knows? Who knows?
You're always welcome here. So we'll welcome you in the Filipino community. We'll welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, we saw what's the name of that girl?
L?
The Filipino girl working at the clinic.
L, yeah.
I think it's L, yeah.
L, yeah. See, it's a small world. She's a student, but now she's working, inside part of the school now, right?
Yeah, Elle was a student, an international student who was did a practicum with our department. So she came and worked with Elise and I. She managed our social media for a while, and we thought she was just fantastic. And so after that, we gave her a good recommendation, and she was able to get a paid position working at the college in the human resources division. So again, a small world, and we love to see our students be successful. So we're always trying to support them if we can.
Yeah, that only proves that you guys are also, giving attention for the graduates, right? Rather than looking for opportunities outside the school, why not give them opportunities inside the school, right? And that's good. Okay, time check. It's 11:11. I know it's supposed to be just an hour, and I know that Elise and Shelby, your time is valuable as well. We really appreciate your time. And yeah, we're going to be looking forward in our next morning with the Kuyas and Ates. Ates means sisters. So we treat you guys our big sisters as well. And
that's an honor to be.
Yeah, so expect there will be a lot of students, especially have this promotion. And if the feedback is good, we might extend this promotion as well for a week or two.
Absolutely.
And
Yep. And we will give our international admissions team a heads up to watch out for the applications coming through from Sun-Cor, and we will do our best to get them processed as soon as
thank
possible.
you, thank you, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. So, any last words for Elise and Shelby, Rob?
Ladies, once again, thank you for spending your Friday morning with us. It was really great seeing you in the school in person. We're just very excited to see the future meetups that we would do. And maybe next time we could go into a Filipino restaurant. I'm trying to do some research on some Filipino restaurants.
Yeah, we should bring Shelby.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need more experience with the Filipino cuisine. And Elise has she has one that she likes that she has recommended. So we'll have to go and try. We also have a farmer's market that has some Filipino food. I think there's a few. Yeah, there's a few
Oh
places.
yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
There's I think Shelby's talking about Barcada Grill, which we
Barcada
have.
Grill, yeah.
So,
Yeah, well, for sure. I don't know if you try the Max restaurant in Calgary and the famous Jollibee.
yes, Shelby needs to
Jollibee.
try that. I don't know if she
Yes.
has.
I know I haven't been to Jollibee's. I have seen it. There's one in Edmonton, and the lineup is always so long.
I think there's like 2 in Calgary.
Even during winter, people were lining up when it first opened. So Shelby, next time I go somewhere, I'll have to buy you some Jollibee for you to try.
Yes, I just remember in the Philippines thinking, oh, it's interesting they have spaghetti, like, spaghetti on the menu, even at like McDonald's at the Philippines, which is a little bit different than what our McDonald's offers. So yes, no, next time we'll have to do some exploring and see how we can highlight the Filipino community here in Red Deer.
Yeah. And Shelby and Elise, any last words for our viewers and for our future RDP students?
I'll start and I'll pass it over to Elise. Just once again, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share some information about our institution and about our city. We are extremely motivated to have more international students on our campus, and we really do everything within our power to make sure students have a great experience and to set them up for success. We understand that making the decision to come all the way to Canada for education, it can be scary and a big step. So we want to make sure that people are comfortable and that they're going to be successful. And so we really think not only about the time while they're at our institution, but making sure that they're set up for success after, and that they're able to achieve their dreams, whatever that may be, in terms of employment or, becoming a Canadian citizen one day. And so we just want to, again, thank everyone for their time. We hope you consider coming to our institution, and to thank Nick and Michael for your advocacy of our team, and looking forward to future opportunities to engage with the Kuyas.
Yeah, I think Shelby took the words right off my mouth, but I guess the first thing I would like to say is, again, thank you so much to Nick and Michael for this opportunity. It's really wonderful every time we try to connect with new students, with new prospective students. I think, just speaking with them, answering their questions is very great, valuable for us, valuable for them as well. So please do not hesitate to reach out to our team or the Sun-Cor team. We're here to help you every step of the way. And we're really excited to hopefully welcome you soon, whether this is online or in person, email, those sort of things. Like, any communications with you is welcome.
Oh, Elise, there was a request here that you need to speak Tagalog.
Just like right now? Or
Yes.
Yes po, so salamat po talaga sa mga tao. Like, kung may mga tanong po kayo, nandito naman po ako palagi. Yung email ko po nilagay ko na sa chat. I think nilagay na rin po nila Kuya Michael and Kuya Nick. So kung may tanong man kayo, nandito po ako palagi. Email nyo lang po ako. Kung may tanong kayo about Red Deer Polytechnic, Red Deer or Canada, masasagot ko naman po talaga yun.
Ayun, no?
Medyo awkward kasi on the spot. It was on the spot. So hopefully naintindihan nyo ang sinabi ko. Medyo Taglish po kasi.
That's fine. You did great. Don't worry.
Yeah, next time we'll challenge Shelby to speak some.
Yes.
Oh boy, you'll have to put subtitles on when I try to.
Okay, guys, thank you very much once again. We're going to be continuing our session. You can also exit if you're good. And we'll look forward for the next session with RTP. Thank you very much again, and good morning to Elise and Shelby.
Yes, thank you. We'll see.
Bye.
Thank you.
Ayun, again, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat dito sa Canada. Magandang gabi po sa Pilipinas. Mayong gabi sa Visayas at Mindanao. This is your morning with the Kuyas. So, nilipat na po namin yung session namin to morning kasi nga po we wanted to give time for a Friday evening sa Pilipinas po para mas nasa bahay na lahat. And then we did get some good feedback na if we can do it Friday morning here para Friday night sa Philippines.
Yes. Kuya Nikki, maganda yung Red Deer if for our late viewers,
Yes.
may payment plan yung second year of study.
Maganda yun.
So the first year, the payment for the first year is pretty standard compared to all other schools across Canada. You pay per semester. Pero pagdating ng second year mo, so this is your third and fourth semester, ano yung sabi ni Shelby? The payment would be broken down into 4 parts per semester. So kung
malaking tulong po yun.
Impacto, laking tulong, yes.
Kasi hindi po lahat ng school ang nag-offer ng ano po, tawag ito, yung
parang hulugan.
Parang hulugan.
Installment yung
installment plan, yeah. For
so this is the first time that we have heard.
Ano ate yun eh, before the first sem ends, dapat na fully paid mo na yung second sem. That's the practice.
Yes, yes. Naalala ko nun yung lagi hinahabol yung payment for the next semester. But for Red Deer, which is great, may payment plan, tapos yung scholarship, you could submit your application and then they can determine which one you qualify for. So
Yes.
magandang bagay din ito para sa mga students natin.
Exactly. And shout out pala sa mga viewers natin. Thank you very much for watching your Morning with the Kuyas. This is Kuya Nikki and Kuya Mikmik. And we're doing this every Friday morning here in Ontario, every Friday evening in the Philippines as well. So right now we're doing the Eastern Standard Time. So 12 hours difference po sa Pilipinas.
Yes. And
just to let everyone know what is Sun-Cor. Sun-Cor is an international education consultancy in partnership with Kuya Mikmik's immigration agency. So we do offer visa assistance, all types of visas. Name it, Kuya Mikmik. Have it. Yun. At saka, dati ding mga students po. That's why nakikita niyo po sa background ko po. Nandito, it's for students, former students. Kami po yung mga student din dati na naging permanent resident. Kaya we walk the talk. So it's easier for us to share information, legit information, yung mga based on our experience at saka based on knowledge ni Kuya Mikmik. Kasi pinag-aralan po niya yung immigration at siya po isang immigration consultant po.
And also being one of the pioneers of the student to PR pathway.
Yes.
We paved way for other people to know how to do it. During my time, basically the information is scarce. It's not there. So I had to undergo the process myself. And then we were able to share it to our DIY family. Kuya Nikki, Kuya Nikki.
Ano yun, bro?
Sorry, na-excite lang ako. Shout out tayo sa mga na-approve natin na applicants.
Sure.
Yung mga family reunifications natin, yung mga dating na-deny na na-approve na, congratulations. We are very proud to be part of your Canadian dream. Sa mga na-PR natin, na mga dati din nating estudyante, congratulations. Kasi yung mga estudyante natin, mga nagka-qualify na for PR. Marami na sila.
Exactly.
Especially this year, congratulations. There was an express entry draw. The cutoff score was 403, and this is once again a Canadian Experience Class specific draw. Congratulations to those who will receive the ITA. Sa mga laging nagtatanong, Kuya, pwede na ba akong gumawa ng express entry profile kahit mababa yung score ko? I always say, laban lang, laging laban tayo.
Yes.
No, and madami na tayong tulungan na naging PR din. Marami din ring nagsisi na hindi nakinig, pero in the end, nakinig naman and mapi-PR na rin sila. So congratulations to everyone.
Yeah, basta ano lang din, listen to the right person. Yun lang din. Kasi minsan, there's a lot of misleading information na kumakalat. They can always share their experience, but still, you need to check by yourself yung profile mo. Kung ano talaga yung suitable. If you need help, if you need some consultation, Kuya Mikmik is offering consultation. You can reach out to me or Kuya Mikmik itself. Nag-offer po siya. It's not free. May bayad po yung consultation niya na 1 hour, but it's all worth it. At least may game plan na kayo kung rather than paying, alam mo yun, malaking ano, hindi kayo sigurado. At least Kuya Mikmik can also give you the right idea for the PR pathway. So
Also, sorry Kuya Nikki to cut. Sometimes regarding consultation, yung iba masyadong focus sa study to PR pathway. Pero upon evaluation, after the consultation, hindi naman pala kailangan mag-aral. So,
yes.
So yung iba kasi sa sobrang lagi nakikita student to PR, parang yun na lagi yung focus nila. They forget to do their research on other pathways. So last week, we had families na very thankful kasi they were ready to spend that much money only to find out that there are other possible pathways for them. So always check first kung talagang yun na ba talaga yung para sa inyo. Baka meron namang iba.
Yun nga bro, yung isa nga doon, diba? Mag-boyfriend na sila, 2 years na sila, nag-live-in. Lumapit to sa agency. At sabi na ng agency, pwede kayo mag-student individually. Kasi kailangan kasal kayo.
Pinagkakaroon sila.
Yun nga.
Naman.
Yeah. So guys, gaano ba katotoo libre yung LOA ng Sun-Cor? Yes, we're offering free LOAs. Actually, ano pa nga kami, may challenge kami, DIY challenge. If you get, let me just pop up again yung ano namin. Yung ano natin. Let me just...
While you're preparing, Kuya Nikki, I'll just answer the question of Joshua Luneta.
Yeah.
May tuition fee discount upon application ba si Red Deer? You may have missed yung sinabi ng mga girls kanina. Yung mga scholarship, hindi siya discounted before you pay your tuition fee. You actually pay the tuition fee first. And once you are a student, yung kanilang student body, you can submit your scholarship or funding application and they will be able to determine which one you qualify for. Ayun po.
Yeah, i-share ko lang yung ano natin bro, earn and save with Sun-Cor, spring and summer promotions natin. So how you earn with Sun-Cor, we do have the Sun-Cor DIY challenge. So pag kumuha ka po yun ng LOE sa amin and nag-DIY po kayo, and you have your visa approved, you can get $100 from Sun-Cor without paying us anything. For the visa referral, pag may kilala po kayong nangangailangan ng tulong sa visa processing, once they got approved, you get a $200 referral din. And LOA referral, so every time that you refer a friend to get an LOA from Sun-Cor and have their visa approved, dalawa po kayo mabibigyan. Isa po yung nag-refer, mabibigyan ng $100 Canadian. And yung isa naman po, yung kung nag-DIY sila, mabibigyan po sila ng $100 po. How you save money? So like almost having always said that we can waive the IELTS. And aside from that, if may Duolingo po na exam, we reimburse the Duolingo fee. That's roughly $50 USD. No, so application fee naman. So ano ko lang yung application fee natin for Red Deer College. So yung application fee nila is $150. So we reimburse. So once your visa are approved, you will get $150 reimbursed for application fee plus $350 anniversary bonus from Sun-Cor. So yun, it's a big savings na. So from here, you can see $500 for your savings. Plus, we can waive the IELTS, which is worth $300. And then if you refer and you get an LOA from Sun-Cor, you can get at least $1,000 from Sun-Cor for just referring or getting an LOA from us for free. Wala pong bayad kahit piso sa amin. If there will be an application fee, you will pay it, and then once your visa approved, we will reimburse it naman.
Kuya Nikki, may madalas na tanong, yun bang earn and save pwedeng mangyari sa isang tao? So pwede siyang mag-earn at the same time pwede rin siya makasave, o sa earn lang siya or sa save lang siya pwede mag-avail?
Actually, pwedeng both side. Kasi when you say earn, you can just refer, and then save, you can do it by yourself, right? I mean, sa sarili mo application, which is kung mag-a-apply ka, waive naman yung IELTS application fee. Tapos, earn, kasi nga, every time that you get an LOA from Sun-Cor na free, you will earn $100 from us as well. So you can do it by...
So you can do both.
And then you can also share it with with your friends as well. And
so you can avail both. That's great.
Yes. May tanong dito, bro, how much the consultation? For that one, I guess you need to reach out to Kuya Mikmik or to me.
You could reach out to Sun-Cor.
Yes.
And also, you could also check our websites, but it's always best to reach out to Sun-Cor.
Yes.
To get the
I
right
think it's the cheapest and the most worth it consultation that you can get in the market.
Yes, yung iba nagtatanong ba't ang mura, and we always say because it's for students by former students.
Yes. At saka si Kuya Mikmik mo talaga yung kausap mo. So
Yes.
reminder din sa mga consultation, make sure yung kausap mo is yung consultant, licensed immigration consultant mismo.
Make sure it's a licensed immigration consultant. Make sure the immigration consultant is not
bogus.
Not suspended.
Yes.
May mga licensed immigration consultant na suspended pala, pero hindi sasabihin sa inyo na suspended sila. So ingat po tayo. Meron din naman nagsasabing licensed immigration consultant, hindi naman pala. So always check it out first.
Exactly. Kasi yung nangyayari sa ibang agency I'm not saying any agency, is they are pretending that they are the consultant. So make sure po na yun talagang kausap nyo are consultant, kasi you're paying a lot of money for the consultation itself, but it should be that person. Hindi pwede pong, inutusan po ako ng immigration consultant, ako na po bahala sa inyo. Hindi po. Ang tamang consultation is yung binayaran mong tao mismo yung kakausapin mo.
Yes.
And what else? May mga immigration question pa ba tayo?
Na-cover na natin lahat, Kuya Nikki. So I guess we are good for today. May isang nagtatanong lang about a particular school, but I guess that's also coming up. I think next week we have another school.
Yes, may naka-line up tayong mga schools for the month of August na. So we're trying to our best to put a posting ahead of time. Pero yun nga, we're trying to pinaplansya pa namin lahat ng schedules. Kasi ang daming gustong schools mag-present. But we wanted to prioritize those schools na we can benefit. I mean, a lot of students can benefit as well.
Yep. Like this one there. Magandang school talaga.
Kasi kung like I said, our mission namin is to help you come to Canada the cheapest way. Bakit natin ipupunta kayo sa mamahaling school na yung purpose mo lang naman is to become permanent resident. Alam mo yun? So there are things that we need to factor in choosing a school. Then hindi lang because of sikat, you also think about the tuition fee. Like for example, this sa RDP, this is the only school I know na merong installment.
Yes.
So that's why we are very interested on presenting RDP as soon as possible.
All right.
Ano ba yung school para sa recommend sa first timer? Talk to me. I can share you the more information. But like I said, there are a lot of factors na you can consider mo in choosing school. One is, hindi porke may na-PR doon, doon ka na. Yun yung a lot of videos and postings sabihin na madaling ma-PR dito, punta kayo dito, hindi po totoo yun. All provinces has its own provincial nominee program, and all provinces has its own pathway to PR. You just need to know what is your what pathway applies to your profile. That was
Yes, each individual kasi has their own advantages, their own merit.
yes.
So hindi always na hindi porket yung isang Pilipino doon napunta, lahat doon pupunta. If it were that easy, then some provinces would be filled up real quick already. But as you can see, it's not that case.
Yes. May nagtanong dito, ano pang name niyo, sir? Si Kuya Mikmik, his name is Michael Corrales. You can search his license. I mean, his name.
Yes, you can search me at the public registry. I am there.
Yes. Yun. Yun ang ano din, advice ni Kuya Mikmik palagi. If you're gonna go with a consultant, personally do your due diligence to check the name and the status of the immigration consultant sa public register ng mga consultant dito sa Canada.
Yes.
Also, as an agent, I am an agent of Kuya Mikmik's immigration agency. Make sure also to check if your agent is a legit agent.
Yes. Yung ibang mga agent, sinasabi partner nila. Pero
yes,
hindi naman alam nung RCIC na may partner pala sila. So
exactly. Nandun yung public registry din. You can search my name, Nick San. As an agent, you will see that I am an agent of Kuya Michael Corrales.
One and only agent. Wala po akong ibang agent. So kung may lumalapit sa inyo nagpapanggap na agent ko, ingat po tayo. I could always reach Sun-Cor to confirm if that person is truly an agent of mine or not. But the official one is si Kuya Nicky.
Yes. So I guess it summarizes everything, bro. Once again, thank you very much, everyone. Maayong gabi sa tanan. Ayaw mong kaulog duhol sa kuha. If you need help. And also, please stay safe. I know ECQ ata sa Manila or sa buong Pilipinas. Please take care kasi a lot of sa news na nakikita ko, even naka-double dose na sila or nakadalawang dose na ng vaccine, still they get the virus. So please stay safe. If you can just stay at home, please do that. And extra precautions lang tayo talaga because prevention is better than cure.
Yes.
And I know some friends of ours na alam yun, healthy that biglang natama ng ano, which is they are not here anymore. So yeah, please be careful, especially with kids as well. Okay, so thank you very much again and enjoy your weekend. And God bless everyone. Till the next Friday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.